Hello, everyone. We are here for session 0 of a new campaign we're doing. We're doing Rise of the Runelords, and we have our players. So, let's see. Who are our players today? We can introduce ourselves. We'll start. Let me see. I'm not sure if everybody shows up in the same line as they do for me. So let's start with Kane. Kane, who are you and what you playing, man?
I'm playing Magpie, the Tengu rogue. I'm still figuring out the very last details of his round trip, but basically a big part of Tengu culture is life on the road, traveling to gain experience. So right now he's on the road, I think, with Joel's character? He asked
Joel's character. Yes.
And we'll hit,
Magnimar.
We'll hit Sam.
I think you guys said something. You guys said something about Magnimar being where you're coming from, or Riddleport, one of the two.
Has to be somewhere down south for shipping. For Tianxia.
Yeah, Tianxia.
So Tianxia.
Don't correct my horrible
Depends if they're saying it. Well, see, it depends if they're saying it with a Chinese accent, a Taiwanese accent, a Japanese accent, or Vietnamese. It so depends on what dialect they were going to use with that.
Well,
but
I think it's just a whole big generalization of Asia.
Generic fantasy, not Asia.
Generic fantasy, not Asia.
Yeah, you might as well throw India in there if you're gonna.
For those of you who are easily offended at home, piss off.
Yeah, it's gonna get rough.
I can say that we can exclude Japanese because they don't have X in their.
There we go.
So all other Asian races are open game, apparently.
Yeah. All Japanese letters are 2, or pairs, I believe.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much.
Do we need the prefaces with this is an adult game with adult language? Your discretion is advised? Or...
Your discretion is advised.
Yeah, pretty much everything we record needs that Penny Arcade intro. It could just be 30 seconds of Phil. Just you gotta type it on the front because Joel's gonna say something nasty.
That's not necessarily true.
It's not necessarily.
No, that is necessarily
totally true.
Okay. Now, how about you, Joel? Since you and your character are somehow tied to this Tengu.
All right, I'm Joel, and I'm playing Shien the Storm Dragon, a lawful evil monk. So this ought to be interesting, because this is the first evil character I've played in a really long time with other people.
Thankfully, it is lawful evil.
Yeah, I'm not...
You can reason with lawful evil.
Completely
They're
an
just
asshole.
selfish assholes, really. That's about all it comes down to.
Pretty much.
Okie dokie. Now, you definitely know that you are coming from Magnimar, because Tianxia is usually ships through there.
South, yep. If they're lucky to make it.
We will likely be doing that. Yeah. There is the Maelstrom down there, isn't there? Somewhere.
There's
we can look at a
huge tract of sea or something. I don't know. There's a big area to travel.
Yeah. I can't remember if shipping from Tianxia has to go past the Maelstrom or not. But regardless, we have we have our monk, a lawful evil monk. Did you say your race?
Oh, he's a Oni. Tiefling version.
Yes.
They're half Oni. They're like Hens yokai or something.
No, that's completely different. Completely different.
He makes a point to stay away from little kids wearing watches. Just doesn't like them for some
Well,
reason.
that also might be because of the restraining order.
He is
Well,
lawful
yeah,
evil.
that's
Lawful, come on.
Everything's legal so long as you don't get caught.
I only run orphanages to sell the children.
I don't think that's lawful.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
that's
sure
lawful.
child slavery not lawful. I feel like
Why
that's-
not? If they're not strong enough to stand up for themselves,
Well, I
then
mean, in Shellyax, I mean, I feel like this character should be from Shellyax, not Chen Chen.
Well, that depends where you go in Chin Shop.
Fair.
Mm.
Alright, who's
I haven't
next?
played Jade Region. I don't know anything about Tin Chen.
Alex?
Right, I'm Alex, playing Mazus Deckar, the human wizard from Riddleport. A traveling peddler of magical wares.
Wait, you're a traveling pet. What?
Peddler,
Oh, okay.
not a
Football.
pedo.
Uh-huh.
Traveling pedo.
I sell teddy bears to small children.
Hey, little girl, would you like some candy?
Oh boy, this is getting banned from YouTube.
We can be age restricted.
YouTube's gonna
That just
flag
means-
us for offensive
right?
content.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen parts of YouTube. There are people saying a lot worse stuff than this. YouTube's like the internet. There are dark places there.
Mm.
Where Walla Wizard is whispered in hushed tones.
All right. So you are what race, Alex?
Man,
Human.
The most exotic of exotic races.
the most exotic of humans. Races.
Classy.
All right. And that brings us to Greg.
All right, my name's Greg, and I am playing the human paladin, Gideon, Aiden, Jerome, Matthews, who is originally from Riddleport as well. Parents were originally the owners of one of the inns there, and he basically went away for training, is now on his way back to find basically more fame and adventure than anything else. Try to sway the infidels. Not kidding. Slowly convert you evil sons of whatnots.
He and I are gonna get along so good. Two sides of different coins.
All right. So now you mentioned we had discussed that your family was had owned. Did you say Riddleport or Sandpoint?
I'm just pulling up the actual the Rusty Dragon Inn. I think that was Riddleport, was it not? Or was that Sandpoint?
No, that's Sandpoint,
Sandpoint.
which is what we were talking about.
Yeah. I just couldn't remember the exact
Gives you a
one.
reason to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So that means you would know about the Swallowtail Festival going on. And you would be headed on your way back. And what we're going to kind of do this session is, because it's a session 0 and we're waiting on one more person, we're going to try to do this session and then another one kind of on the road from current destination to Sandpoint. So we'll at least do this session that way.
Mhm.
So let me see. Riddle Point was up there. So that means we have 2 people tied to Port and 2 people tied to Magnimar.
Well, I'd be
And they're
Sandpoint.
way far away from each other. Well, you said you were coming from Riddleport, or where are you coming from?
Actually, can you pull up the map there again? I was coming from basically. The idea was I'd be coming back from the cathedral or whatnot that I'd be actually receiving my training.
Okay. Who's your god again?
Iomade.
Ah, the Paladin.
This is gonna be so
good. You better hope you got the strength to make it through the fight, because otherwise you're the last one leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
General Susu.
You know what? It could be Riddleport. We could make that work in terms of just sort of that was the stop point, and then I'm on my way to Sandpoint.
Well, let me see. Let me look over these states and
There's
stuff
nothing
here.
holy in Riddleport, though.
Yeah, ain't nothing holy in
Absolutely
Riddleport.
Nothing holy there.
No, not at all.
It's like seaside Vegas. So,
Converting the infidels. No.
He saw a street picture with a
let's
hooker.
just for all right. So, let me see. How about instead of having everything, we don't have to have any ties to Riddleport because the certain wizard is a traveling wizard, so he can be down around.
Yeah.
Doing
He's
his
been
wares.
on the road for 4 years now.
Would the Windsong
Okay.
Abbey work for story purposes in this regard, or?
There it is. I'd have to do some more research on that one. But what we're going to do this time to make sure that everybody can be kind of in the same area at the same time, for some reason, you're in Magnimar, and perhaps you are on a missionary journey or something like that, going down to the southern part, and you're coming back on a from your trip, heading back to Sandpoint to visit the family area.
Mhm.
And let me see.
Disgusting hive of scum
Yeah.
and villainy.
But it's a good place to get a ride, apparently, because you all have found yourselves there, and through a strange twists of fate, you guys are in the same carriage booking area and have booked the same trip along the coast to Sandpoint. There's this dark-haired wizard who has been paddling around selling a few things on the streets, as you guys have seen him. But now you have seen him here in the carriage house, along with a strange birdman, a gray-skinned, and the carriage master. So you all are in the same carriage house and have booked the same trip. Some of you may be exchanging protection on this said ferry trip, for fare. That is totally up to you guys, though.
Magpie would
So,
like to add that Magpie is not a strange birdman. He is a very average birdman, and you
Which is
should treat
strange.
him as such.
Don't argue with him. I've had to listen to this drivel the entire boat ride.
Magpie is glad to know that
Oh,
Shien
good.
hears crazy disembodied voice also.
Roll
You
for
have
meta
a-
knowledge.
Yeah, roll for meta knowledge.
No one's rolling for meta knowledge right now. We haven't even started.
You rolled a natural
I am not
20.
even
Your
risking.
character is cursed.
You cursed
Yes.
him with this knowledge.
Yes,
Oh,
we are not
God.
doing meta knowledge. I will not allow that. I will not allow that in session 0.
We
Crying
can't
out
even
loud.
roll it? Come on.
I'm not even going to tempt fate with that one. Not even going to tempt fate with that one. Okay. So, here. Well, it seems everything's in order. We'll be leaving tomorrow.
Then why have we gathered here tonight?
Well, you had to pay, didn't you? Unless you want to bargain.
Well,
Always
of course,
open
I'm
for a
sure that you'll be
bargain.
able to use a bit of protection from us. Now, are we expecting a lot of trouble on our way to Sandpoint?
Well, you never know. There's been some goblin activity lately, and I've not been having much luck getting up there, so I'm definitely going to need some help.
I'd be certainly more than happy to assist in making sure we reach our destination safely.
If you require our protection to travel, you should be paying us.
Magpie is
Well,
making
you
sure
don't
his
know
caravan
about
wagon is empty. Just Magpie.
I'm certain that we can.
Yes.
I'm certain, good fellow, that we can actually say that the travel and the companionship of the travel is actually more than enough fare to get us to Sandpoint. Once we're there, we're sure we'll be able to find much more work available.
Magpie will pay extra for empty carriage.
There's no empty carriages. You have to share with the gray-skinned man from Tengu. There's no arguing, bird. We've had this discussion.
Magpie will pay double if Grayskin Man sticks underneath the wagon.
Have you ever been punched for being too much of a smartass?
Gray-skinned man smells of brimstone and frightens Magpie.
There's the German I was looking for.
All right. So, he's saying it's going to be, let me see. That's a pretty good little jump. He says he's willing to do it. Oh, I'll give you 5 gold for all each, and we'll see that it's good.
Magpie will pay this.
I certainly don't see anything wrong with that. Not at all.
Not even in the AP proper. He's already filching us for money.
Just remember, no matter how much you dislike my character, I'm going to be the one that's getting you all rich. Because I'll be the one asking for money.
I started rich. I chose to start rich.
Started from the bottom, now I'm here.
Yeah, we don't mention Drake in Toronto.
See, that's funny because we love him in Edmonton.
When the man says he starts from the bottom being Degrassi High.
Oh, well, yeah, but like, I just like Drake.
Well, what about you, mage, eh? Will you pay me wage? No? Yes?
Well, I'm just considering the distance of travel, and 5 gold does seem a little bit over the top, to be honest.
I don't know about that. Oh, no, seems fair to me.
Of course, it seems fair to you. You're making a lot of money.
Well, I wouldn't be in business if I wasn't making money.
Surely you're going to earn your share once you get to the festival. Lots of potential customers there, aren't there?
Well, possibly.
Now, if I may be so bold, what would you normally be paying for, say, guards in terms of the travel itself?
Oh, I haven't had much use for them in the past. They just sat and ate and drank all my supplies on the way. But,
Not even
had
against
some.
the goblins?
Well, we haven't had any problems with the goblins much before. But,
Well, when I had asked if you were expecting any troubles along the journey, you had mentioned goblins may attack.
oh, they have shot a few arrows at me just last Monday.
Oh, certainly if I'm aboard, then I would make certain to ensure the safety, maybe even get rid of a few of them to make sure that they don't trouble you again.
Hey, Adam, 22 on a perception check to study his wagon for any signs of any kind of battle damage.
It's got scrapes, dings, and bruises. Well, scrapes, dings, and bumps when you saw it coming in. Calling your attention back to it, you do kind of remember there being a pretty good gouge in the side where a few arrows had seemed about the size correct for those marks.
So, judging from these arrow marks, you seem like you could use the protection.
Well, that's true, but I can't drum up enough business to justify the cost. Guards aren't cheap, you know.
That's why we're
Then
offering
give us
obviously.
free passage, merchant.
Diplomacy check.
I would be happy to negotiate the traverse of this using our measly strengths.
Huh? What, are y'all together or something? Y'all all willing to protect the thing?
I'm willing to put forth that I am, and the gray-skinned one seems to be inclined along those lines as well. I don't know the other two.
The Magpie paid for safe passage, not for guard duty.
If things comes to worse, I'm sure that we can band together one way or another.
God damn it!
Nappa?
Damn it, Nappa!
Hold on. I do actually get that.
Right, mute it.
Okay. Well, it's always good to have guards on your caravan, because then you can charge more for people to get on it. So, I don't know. I tell you what. What?
Did you want me to roll a diplomacy check for this one, or did you want to?
Sure, we can see it will influence what you got to do.
Sure. I just want to double check my actual diplomacy skill. Da-da-da.
As a paladin,
It's
it
usually
shouldn't be
pretty
too shabby.
good. It actually.
As a paladin, his perception is going to suck.
Yeah, oh yeah, completely horrible.
Trust
I
me.
was busy
Wow.
talking to Iomade. I wasn't listening to you. Whoa.
Horrible. This is what I get for having to use the system.
Roll 20 strikes again.
Yeah. I forgot my dice at my my significant other's place when we had played, so I have to use the system this week.
That's horrible. And here we thought we were
That's-
picking
that's
the best
pretty bad.
people.
Completely.
That's the first roll of the
Wow.
campaign, people. Oh, one. All right. I don't know. I'm going to have to get enough people to justify the hiring of you and giving you free room, board, and stuff like that on the way.
Magpie would like to add that Magpie has already paid.
Oh,
So,
be quiet, bird. Be quiet. Be quiet, bird. Dang crows keep bothering me.
That was highly uncalled for.
I shall use my own two
And?
legs. And you will deal with the goblins on your own.
Oh? Well, if you don't want to protect, I just need about, 3-4 more passengers. And I can justify hiring you and giving you free food and board all the way.
Well, if we're certainly getting you new passengers, I'm sure there should be a finder's fee of some description other than just the free room and board.
It's the room and the board. I don't feed my passengers.
I don't.
We're going to be going for about a week. You're going to carry a week's rations? Might have to pay for extra space to carry all that stuff.
A week? What kind of route are you taking?
A safe one?
Well, we have to. Are we going from Riddleport to Sandport, or are we going
Magnimar to Sandpoint.
Yeah, Magnimar.
Oh, that's like 200 miles. We'll be there
And he wants 5 gold apiece.
3
No, it's not-
days.
it's not even
Tippity
200.
toppers.
Hey, I wasn't the one that rolled a 1 on my diplomacy.
Whatever. I'm rich. I don't
That
know.
was after the fact. He was trying to extort us before even that.
How much can a banana
Yeah.
possibly cost? Like $10?
What is that?
It's like 50 miles.
All right. It's not a week, but you get my drift.
200 divided by 8.
It is a very posh wagon, by the way.
Apart from the battle damages, of course.
Oh, yeah, it's like 50 miles.
Yeah, you hadn't had time to pick that up.
The beaten up wagon is very posh.
Very.
You saw the inside. It is pillows.
Is it
5
stuff?
gold
It's
for
a song.
days travel.
Oh.
Well, like I said, he's rich. He doesn't know what money's worth.
Yes, well, Shien is very poor. Like, extremely poor.
What business do you have in Sandpoint, if I may ask?
Oh, just taking rich people around. Thought you all had money.
Like Magpie.
Guess you're just dirt-nailed nun suckers.
Oh, so you're just there to move people elsewhere. You're actually not intending to barter or anything.
Oh, I was willing to barter your passage, but no.
More like extort
thought
your
you would
passengers.
I thought you would be moving wares or something, considering it's a big festival that's taking place. I thought you seem to be missing out on
There's
something.
got to be people at the festival. You know, you take people from this place to that place. They see the sights. They go, "Oh, it's so big," and then they come back to where they have to go. All in a lap of luxury.
You're also aware that it is a festivity for Desna, right? The goddess of travel. People tend to
Yeah, how
use their
better?
feet for those kind of occasions.
Who?
Oh, they gotta save their feet for dancing.
I'm gonna say I'm already in the wagon.
He's talking about leaving tomorrow, and the bird's already taken up residence.
I've got a book. I'm waiting. We've been trying to barter cheaper passage with this guy for like a solid 20 minutes.
Well, you guys don't have to take the carriage. You don't have to. And the paladin may have bumbled his check, but not everybody will.
I'm just saying, I'll see you guys in Sandpoint.
Well, I wouldn't be against finding other options.
Listen, friend, the roads are a dangerous place to travel. Someone could get hurt. You might want our protection. You could get hurt. I just rolled a 15 minus 3 on intimidation, so 12.
Minus 3.
-3. Horrible.
And I still did better than the paladin.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
That's all right. That's all right. We will go with that. We will say, all right. So that is what happens on that. You get a 12. He was already open to the idea. Well, all right. I think I could be talked into that. But I'm not giving you food. You can sleep in there and have board, but no food.
Bargained well and done.
All right. That means Magpie had to pay and you guys didn't.
Yeah, because he paid the fare for all of us.
Didn't he pay double or something like that? Or
Literally, that is 1 day of travel. Let me see.
Yeah, but he's going to try and take you the safe route.
No, it is about 3 days of travel. It is.
Yeah, he's adding 2 days on for safety.
What a nut job.
Well, at what time are we seeing you tomorrow then? Because,
Well, we're going to be cleared out and about, so... Yeah, sure. I don't know. Got a few rich folks that don't like to get up early. Probably be no sooner than 10 in the morning.
You just want to sleep in.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, he says, stretching a little bit. All right. Bird! Bird, you cannot sleep in there.
Right? Why not? Magpie is comfortable.
We haven't. It ain't even started yet. Don't make me get my broom.
Magpie hates brooms. As much as Magpie hates cats. Magpie hates cats.
Damn, if we walked, it would take us 2 days. We would be going literally faster than the cart. Literally faster
Yeah,
than
but
the
you have
cart.
to walk.
Yeah.
You don't get to go in the lap of luxury
Yeah,
for
in this,
free.
in this, in
They
this
were able to
posh
intimidate them.
wagon.
It's a posh wagon full of holes.
I didn't say it had holes in it. I said it had dings and dents.
It's got holes.
Magpie has done enough.
All right.
Magpie just flew in from Tiantan. Boy, are Magpie's arms tired. Get it? Because Magpie is bird. Magpie is funny.
Shien just glares at him.
It's probably not the first time that Shien has.
This is probably like the third or fourth time Magpie has made the "boy are my arms tired" joke.
Your lucky murder is against the law.
Just done with it.
All right. So he has a couple other people come in as you guys finish up. They look like you guys can roll me perceptions if you want to kind of get a feel for them real quick. So these are obviously clients that he has.
8. They are beneath
that are going to
my
be traveling
notice.
with you.
We all seem to be getting.
What is with the 8s?
8.
Are we using the system? Is
Joel?
this how we're doing it?
No, I just
If you want
had to use it for today. Otherwise, I'd use my own dice.
All right, I'm using my own dice then because this is nonsense.
Well, Joel got an 8. They got a 8.
8.
That's 3 8s.
I rolled a 2 and I got a 10.
Shien looked at them, dismissed them as weaklings and cowards all, and
They seem to be. They seem to be people that look like they have money.
They're definitely people. Look at them with their
People with
2
money.
legs. 2 legs and their 2 arms and their nose right in the middle of the face. There are people and right all over the place.
They look like a couple of half elves.
All right.
Shien's a little interested in that because elves are extremely rare where he's from.
He's like, what is wrong with their ear? Oh, that's what they are.
He probably honestly mistakes them for straight up elves.
Some sort of strange quasi-elemental.
Okie dokie. So what would you like to fiddle-faddle around and do at Magnimar for the day?
Didn't we also?
Were you
spend the
staying in a
beginning of the last game in a dwarven mountain hall?
This is not a dwarven mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ain't a dwarven mountain hole. He learned from that mistake.
Yeah.
Isn't Magnimar a dwarf thing?
You guys spend
I
the-
feel like Magnimar's a dwarf thing.
No, it's human.
It's human, but it's associated with runes and stones and stuff like that. So that's what you're getting that from.
It has some really old buildings from before the Starstone fell. Type of deal.
Ooh, kind of a cool looking place, actually. There's a picture from Shattered Star. I'll see if I can nab it here.
I see. Lots of collapsed things. Temples falling into the sea. It's very sad. Giant bridge.
This town is a dump.
Shien knows nothing of history.
It is what you make it.
All right. So you have technically you have less than 24 hours.
So, but what time of
But-
the day is it?
We're going to say that it is about 6. You guys came in the late afternoon, or in the afternoon.
The evening.
Okay.
Spent 20 minutes trying to haggle the price. So by the time you get out of there, it's 6. You get there at 5.
6:30.
Wouldn't have to spend that much time haggling if the old coot was more reasonable. 5 gold for a 50-mile trip.
And the paladin didn't roll a 1 on the diplomacy check.
10 gold for every 10 miles, man. Bang for-
Leave it to the classless monk to threaten him into a lower price.
Is vow of poverty a thing in Pathfinder? Is that?
Yeah, it is.
It is, yes.
Fortunately, I haven't taken one. I could do it for an extra key, but
Magic items are just so tantalizing.
if I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid doing the weapon monk thing. I'm going to try and do straight up fisty.
Oh no, well I mean like an amulet of mighty fists.
That's expensive.
Yeah, they are. I would know Ignatius has one.
What does yours do? Shocking or whatever? Or ice?
Yeah, it's fast.
All right.
Eventually, somewhere down the road.
So you guys have that time. The paladin has heard about some monuments to Yomade that were recently put up in the temples area. If he wants to go look at those,
I'll make my way there.
Mage
Yeah.
has seen a few other shops selling certain things that are similar to his. If he wants to check out the competition or go back to his y'all's inn, that's always a choice too. The Shien can go start a bar fight if he wants. That's totally up to him, but just try not to get arrested before your travels. Who knows what Magpie's going to do? Probably find something shiny and stuff it in his pouch. Or drop the call.
Or just totally
whichever
drop
he
call.
You'll find a chimney and roost.
Oh, there he is.
Magpie broke it, Magpie fixed.
There was something shiny to collect.
Well, if possible, Mazus would like to get rid of his scrolls in exchange for cash, of course.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
Okay, so you know what you're going to do. Paladin knows what he's going to do. So let's see. You know where the district is that sells most of this type of stuff. Or you can go to a district that doesn't sell your type of things and see if you can get better luck there. So what would you like to do on that?
He knows that the competition is huge because his stuff is low end. so I'll try the lesser district
Okay.
and get mugged and killed.
Anybody going with the mage?
Oh my.
Or is he asking for anybody?
Right. Well, you're going by yourself?
Well, you're welcome to join me if you want to.
I mean, I feel like it's a very big city. You could get lost.
Yeah, well, company is always welcome. Well, the right company, of course.
I, for one, would like to see you get your ass kicked.
Magpie would also like to watch this, yes.
It's not very
Meg-
nice of you.
Magpie will accompany you.
So the rogue and the monk accompanying the mage just so they can watch.
Watch him get beat up.
Deckar will make a fine
Yes.
victim. Will make a victim.
Shien's already got him pegged as not a fighter, and he's going to the seedy part of town to sell his shit.
All right. So you guys are on it. Paladin, you see them trotting off towards that after hearing their exchange. You can go with them or go hunt down your monuments first. It's up to you.
I'm going to say, based upon the conversation they had, I'm going to go follow the mage to ensure that he actually doesn't get beat up.
Magpie
You are-
is Gideon is party pooper.
You are going to interfere, are you?
Only if necessary.
How will he become any stronger if you always save him?
Well, that's the one thing about individuals. They tend to have their own talents. His, I find, his, I feel, will lie in places other than the physical, where yours and mine might lie.
Shien leans over to Magpie. 2 silvers says that they both run into trouble.
Magpie will double. 4 silver says they succeed.
You're on.
Okay. Now we've got some stakes on making sure that this succeeds, not just for the mage. All right. So first off, you're going to need to find a good spot to either set up or the shop that you want to sell them to. Which would you prefer?
So if they don't find trouble, I have to pay you 4 silver. That sounds like a fair bet.
I mean, I'll try and find some place like established, not like probably a magic shop, but something where people could have use of his scrolls regardless, not where they would sell them to someone else.
Okay. Let me see. I'm unfamiliar with the maps. So roll me a D4.
They did a decent job this time.
Got a 4.
4. Yes. The punniest place possible. It
Honey
is
for who?
Pickled Petunia's pawn shop.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's not punny, that's alliterative. Sir.
It's punny, like Punny, like funny, but has puns in it. So, not necessarily.
Well, that would be
Besides,
Chrissy's unilateral
you haven't made it
nautical
inside.
license.
Okay. The most literative, then.
Onomatopoetic.
No, that would be Bash Boom Pow.
The one with all the P.
Ponderous Bazaar.
This place reeks. Do they not wash?
P?
Well, as
No, that's aromatic.
okay. You guys go into the shop, I suppose.
Yep.
Vinegary smell comes out to you, your nostrils, as you enter, and it's fairly dark as you would expect it to be. It is a pawn shop on the more seedy side of town. They have been, as you go in, there are people across the street eyeing this odd little band of 2 humans, a strange-looking gray-skinned human person, and those shifty Tengus. One of those shifty Tengus.
Oh.
Why are you so racist?
Yes.
Magpie's
so offended.
Magpie is hurt by your prejudice, but shocked by its accuracy.
As he throws shiny things
Not
to the
exactly
ground.
a prejudice. It's not exactly a prejudice if it's accurate type thing.
He's been picking up shiny shit the entire way.
Yeah, he picks up. He currently has picked up. Roll me a d4.
2 shiny rocks.
2. Magpie needs stones for his gizzard.
But only shiny stones for his gizzard.
Only shiny stones for his gizzard. My food can only be pulped by the shiniest of baubles.
He's gonna get some semi-precious gems or something like that. Start swallowing them. People will be like, "What are you doing? We can sell those." Magpie
Opals.
needs for crawl.
Topaz.
The richer you get, the more junk's in your craw, until finally people just want to kill you. Bandits just want to kill you to get the junk in your craw.
Yeah, just a walking treasury.
Starts
Di-
jingling.
Diamonds make the best gizzard stones.
Well, yeah, you never have to digest them.
All right. You found a little silver disc at passing past a blacksmith shop and a little white stone. You are semi-happy.
Maybe.
This becomes a theme. I'm gonna start writing that shit down.
It
Oh my
might.
God.
You never know.
We need some emergency twine.
Never know.
Everybody looks at Magpie. No, it's mine!
You don't need twine. Twine is shiny. Magpie cares not for twine.
Unless it's silver thread.
Well, yes, unless it's like shiny chromium garland, then yeah, he probably has some.
They go with his shiny sticks.
We're gonna run into needs for like random shit, and everybody's gonna look at him, and he's just gonna be no.
No, it's mine. It's Magpie's.
Well, that's like that, what, Guardians of the Galaxy teaser trailer. Does anybody have duct tape? You literally have a nuclear bomb in your backpack. If anybody had duct tape, it would be you.
Yeah, no, nobody out here has tape.
I need his leg.
Why? No, he does not need his leg.
No, really, I do.
I need it. This is gonna be great.
All right. So you go in and there's lines of different things. Pickled Petunias doesn't seem to be a particularly prosperous pawn shop, but procuring plentiful amounts of pickles seems to be her particular purview. There's
I thought the alleyway
literally
worse.
Well, there's literally over in the corner barrels of just stacked to the ceiling pickles.
Huh.
Pickle barrels. And as you come in, you hear, "Oh, come on in. I'm just in the back. Crunch, crunch, crunch."
All right. Looks like you have more pickles than one should have.
This little halfling toddles up, sits on a stool, and waves a big old cucumber pickle at you and says, "What are you needing, dear? What are you needing?"
Shien points a finger at her. What the hell is that thing?
What is what?
It's a pickle.
You're muted, Kane.
What?
It's a pickle, dearie. Haven't you ever had a pickle before?
I wasn't referring to the pickle.
What is Shien's problem?
What? She looks around her, scratches her kind of oily hair. She's got up in a ponytail. I don't know what you're talking about.
You do best ignoring him for now.
Oh, what? You're here to do business?
I do hope to conduct some business with you. That would be delightful.
Lay it on the counter, doll, and we'll see what you got.
Well, I have 3 of these magical scrolls that can all be used perfectly. Let's see, I have this one, the color spray, and the enlarged person, and the grease one.
Oh, I see. She's holding them up, kind of turning them slightly, examining them. Parchment looks kind of flimsy.
The handwriting is easy to read, I must say.
Well, I suppose the penmanship is lovely. Who did them? Do you know them, Age, or did you just find them somewhere? You look kind of like... She looks over your party. Look kind of like you just found it somewhere.
Oh no, I know the producer of these.
Well, the penmanship is lovely, but I don't know about the scroll itself. It seems kind of flimsy.
It's durable.
How much does this
enough.
usually run?
Well, it's worth 25.
Okay. They're each worth 20. I can give you 12 gold, maybe.
25 is what he pays to make them.
No.
Oh?
Yeah.
Aren't they level 1?
Yeah,
those 50 gold?
Yeah, I don't pay that much to make them. That's what you would normally buy them for. Oh, 12 gold, that would be... Let me see. That would be even lower than the cost of making one. I would...
Oh, I can't. I don't know about that, youngin'.
If I went with prices like that, I would be out of business within no time. Surely you can give me a serious offer for one.
Oh, you seem to know what you're talking about a little bit. I'll say 20 gold. 20 gold. I have to be able to sell them myself, dear. How do you sell them?
Oh, well, 20 gold. I can give you all 3 for 68. That's a bundle price, of course.
Oh, of course, of course. She seems to be kind of looking at him and then looking under the table. You see her make me a perception check.
Anybody or...
You should never sell from one merchant to another merchant.
Anybody perception check or...
Bad business.
Mainly Alex, unless you guys are looking around. If you guys are looking around, you can make a perception check. Yeah. you look under there and you see that she's got like a little cheat sheet she's keeping of different listings, and she's trying to nonchalantly glance at it. So you know that she knows how much they're worth. Just fine how much they're worth. So, oh, it seems a little steep here.
He'll try and like block the line of sight to the cheat sheet by like leaning over the counter type of deal?
You see her try to put it away, a little hurriedly. But I think I can be generous this time, and do that.
These are harsh times. I'm very grateful for your kindness.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So I'll go get the gold. And oh, by the way, help yourselves. You with the gray skin, you can go help yourself to a pickle since you've never seen one before. And she gets off her stool and toddles back to the back to get her strong box.
Shien picks up one of the pickles. This looks like a radish.
Looks like cucumber.
He sniffs it. Ugh, it smells as bad as this place.
Who would have thought where the scent would come from?
Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it.
Eat it. Who said that?
Yeah, well, the Tengu can technically mimic the other voices he's heard before, so it's like another voice coming out of him each time he's saying something.
It's his voice, and then like Deckar's voice, and then Gideon's voice.
Starts whispering in Shien's voice. You want to eat it. This is your conscience.
This is your conscience. You know you want it.
No, if it's gonna be your voice, it'll be it's delicious.
It's delicious. Eat it.
Eat it.
Just cut it in your mouth.
Dinner pickle.
He doesn't eat a pickle.
He doesn't eat a pickle. Okay, well, she's back with her strong box. She kind of thumps it down on her stool. She turns around, does her little combination thing. All right, so we said 60 gold, didn't we, youngin?
68, if I recall correctly.
Oh, yes, of course we did. Here we go.
Not all in copper, I hope.
Well, no, don't like copper myself. Sets the bag on there.
Magpie not think little woman could carry that much copper.
She just looks at you and she says, "Dear, you don't know what I can carry," she says, thumping down the box, picking it up with one hand, the little halfling picking it up with one hand, and just kind of eyeing you for a second and then grabbing a barrel about as big as she is and taking it off to the back, too.
Magpie think Magpie could not carry that much copper.
Apparently,
And she sets it down.
she gets a lot of exercise lifting pickle barrels.
Apparently.
Pickles give a good workout.
He'll count the coins. Make sure that it's all there.
While he takes him a couple minutes to count, so you guys can roll me perception checks if you see anything of interest in your little in the pawn area.
8. Shien is bored.
26.
They keep
I
rolling
see nothing.
2s. What the hell?
Come on, Gideon, you're gonna have to shape up those rolls.
That was actually a 7 with a -1.
Excellent.
Well, it looks like the thief finds something that he's quite
shiny.
interested in.
Magpie's eyes see many things. Mostly
There's
shiny.
actually
Almost exclusively
well,
shiny.
there's lots of stuff in this place. It's kind of cluttered and really a bit junky. But beneath all the surface stuff, there are a few neat little pieces here. There's a dagger with a jeweled hilt, but it's just got a couple jewels on it, but still shiny. There is, some silverware plate set that actually does look kind of valuable if you want to try and carry a whole box of silverware out.
No.
Just and there's a ring in her counter display that's right up close to where she is. But there's something off way back in the corner near the entrance. It's just like a little pebble. Look, it looks like a pebble to you at first, but it's just like a little pearl, like it fell off of a out of a set or a jewel piece or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask about the pebble. Shiny pebble. Magpie thinks this is pretty.
What? Pebble?
Shiny pebble.
Oh, let me just. What is it? What is it?
What does
Bring it
tiny
over here and I'll see
Shiny
what it is.
pebble. Shiny pebble in case.
No, the shiny pebble is on the floor.
Shiny pebble on floor. Magpie.
I don't care about little pebbles on the floor. Take shiny pebble. I don't care about shiny pebble.
Shiny pebble is magpies.
I think we're going to hear that. I think we're going to hear X is magpies quite a bit in the game.
Depends on how long he survives, of course.
And if I keep rolling perception checks
whole
like this.
adventure path, baby, you can't kill magpie.
Okay. All right. So you guys are done there, unless you want to look around more at Petunia's pickled wares.
Not with my perception.
I just wanted to make sure that he actually paid me the amount that we agreed on.
Yeah. Well, this is Magnimar. It's about as tough as Riddleport getting a good deal on something. Maybe a little less because they don't break your kneecaps here in Magnimar very often.
This is more civil.
Okay. See it pop out? Where to now?
He'll grab a pickle, bites it, and smirks at the others.
She smiles at you. Ah, there you go. Pickle over like myself.
Sweet taste of pickles. Spits it out when he goes outside.
Magpie does not have teeth.
Well, if we're done in this area, then I'm going to head over to the religious district.
Okay.
Look at the statues of Iamade or the whatnot.
Shien places a hand in front of Magpie and kind of slows him down a little bit. Points at his eyes and then points at Deckard. And then he starts moving a little more carefully and quietly.
What is Shien doing?
21 on a stealth check. Quiet.
Also, Magpie thinks Shien owes Magpie 20 silver.
Follow and watch first.
Shien cannot
So you-
count as trouble. Magpie says Shien cannot count as trouble. This is cheating.
I won't cause him any trouble.
All right. Well, as you're coming out of the petunias, it appears that Shien and Magpie have kind of backed off from you guys. What is the mage doing? Is he going with the paladin?
He would like safe escort out of these areas. Yeah.
since the monk and the rogue clearly aren't going to do it.
Look at the rogue. We're worried about their bed.
Shien's poor. He can't help it.
Shien owes Magpie money.
We aren't out of the district yet.
Okay.
Come on,
So,
Deckar, come on.
It's now. So, the let me see this part. Oh, there it is. I'm not using Roll20, seeing how it's treating you guys.
Right? That's why I've got the cup. The cup has got a dragon on it and everything. It's
The cup.
the cup. The cup.
Oh, fiddlesticks! Didn't roll high enough. All right, so you guys travel through the district, and Shien, you notice that Shien and Magpie keeping their eyes out, as well as I can't give the paladin the benefit of the doubt right now, seeing his past rolls, but but the monk and the rogue both notice that urging or watchingness happening as the mage and the heavily armored human kind of walk through. What kind of presence is Gideon presenting? Does he wear his paladinness on his sleeve as a true Iomedean, or does he? What does he do?
Oh yeah. Well, he has the white sort of scale mail going on with the symbol hanging. He's got his holy symbol hanging from in front of his armor there and what have you. Oh yeah.
He shall enter Iomede's realm, chrome and shining.
White and red. White and red.
All right.
I'm
So
just
they
going to
kind
point out
of-
those are the Canadian colors, so
Shall ride the highways of Nirvana. Shine red and white.
All right.
Syrupy.
So
and
you. He's got a strange thing for maple syrup. This paladin, you know.
Oh, I want to
Sir
see
Gideon
that.
of Butter Tart.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Gideon. You have to be the most Canadian paladin.
your mount has to be a moose.
You mount a moose. You
Sorry.
only drink Tim Hortons. It'll be great.
Walking down the middle of the street. Oh, sorry.
All right.
You see someone coming for the door, and it's like 3 minutes later, and you're still holding it open for them to get in.
Yep. Yeah, allow me.
Okay. So, apparently, this well-armored and obvious paladin has stayed off the prying eyes, or at least the prying fingers of this particular bit of rabble, and they safely make it to the next district. Sorry, Joel. The dice did not favor you.
Shien owes Magpie 20 silver.
20 silver. How do you
20
figure that?
silver. This was agreed. You bet 10, I bet 20.
No, I bet 2. You bet 4.
You bet 10, I bet 20. Roll bluff check.
You trying to bluff a monk now?
I am. I'm trying to bluff a player character with 19.
Fine, I will remember this.
Am I in
Okay.
earshot of this? Do I hear this actually going on?
You don't know about the bet, so.
Did you fail your sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Oh, wait. I was rolling the wrong thing, but I still would have failed it anyways.
Never gamble with a diplomat's son.
All right. You hear
So
them talking back there.
is completely broke.
Trained to lie since I was an egg.
I owe you 3 silver.
20 silver.
Well, he handed you a gold and 7 silver, so.
Oh. Magpie is sorry, not sorry.
I guess it's good that we got the carriage ride for free then.
With my impressive intimidate skill.
Magpie will take his personal wealth up to 271 gold pieces and 1 silver.
How the hell did you end up with that?
I'm a diplomat's son. I took rich parents as a trait.
Oh my god.
Goodness.
And
Well,
you didn't want to buy your own
all
card?
right.
No, I just wanted better equipment than everyone else.
That's why he wanted to stay in the wagon. It was all
Right? That's
padded
why I
like his
wanted the wagon to
wagon.
myself because I was pampered.
Normally I wouldn't do that whole bluff versus player character, but I think it was warranted in this case.
Yeah, no, normally, diplomacy and bluff don't work against player characters, but I think it's kind of fun when it does.
Yes. For those
I
watching on
think it
YouTube,
was
we do
more
not
funny
advocate
for
PC versus PC checks, except when we do.
I just think
PC versus PC checks I can see, but not player versus character violence.
yeah, I think it was warranted in this particular case.
All right.
Brutally fleeced our monk.
So we get out of the shady districts without any muggings or
Without any physical abuse. Monetary abuse happened, but physical
Very
abuse.
monetary abuse.
And I'm striding up ahead. I don't. What abuse?
Yeah. You're like, they're saying something back there. Arguing over something. All right.
See
you
Shien
make it-
glaring at the bird.
Yeah, but Shien is always glaring at the bird.
Yeah, but this is like an especially vicious glare.
One of these days, he's going to glare so viciously that it's going to start to flip into like nice looks, and people are going to be like really freaked out. But
My dad's the
we make it
king
into
of
the we make it into the religious district, and you see that there are several monuments up. Yomade is not the biggest here, but you do see a full temple devoted to her if you would like to go and visit. The mage has found his way through, depending on what you want to do too.
I'll stick around. His pocket just increased by a lot, so it would be a shame to lose it all so soon.
This is one of the safer districts, so you see lots of beggars around the different areas, though.
Oh, poor sons.
Alms for the poor, says a little child. Looks at the paladin. Alms for the poor.
Pass my copper.
World's cheapest paladin.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I don't have to be.
At least
usually-
3. That's enough for a loaf of bread.
Get out of here, son. Skill mill costs money.
Mom said I can play Reading Eggs and it's on my tablet. But it's a game that I can play when it's not the weekend.
I don't know where your tablet is, but I think it's upstairs.
But Mom said it's next to you.
It is not down here.
Not help.
Okay.
This mystic tablet of
So-
some description.
Tablet of Iomade.
Mystic tablet of scrying.
Yes, the fabled Wi-Fi network.
It leads you to the web of many things. It's a very dangerous web.
Wide spider web.
The scrying network.
Of Al Gore.
That was his vision.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Bites it, make sure it's real. Trundles off.
Can you bite copper? See if it bends.
He does bite copper. It's a little kid. What does he care?
I know you do it with gold because
Aside from
gold will indent, but I don't know if copper's that soft.
I don't know
Have
if
you
the
ever
coins
tried
are
to bite a
that
copper
soft.
pipe?
No, I don't make a habit of that. Really.
I wouldn't bite copper. We just got rid of our copper coins. I wouldn't bite them to see if they were real.
That's
You
because they
guys
were
really get
grungy.
rid of them? It's amazing. I wish we'd get rid of pennies.
It's a thing.
At least for the next couple of years.
All right. So
Copper.
you head into the Yomedaean temple, and it is medium sized for the area. Not the biggest one you've seen, but granted, you had to take a certain few tests to get your paladin hood at a bigger one.
I'm guessing there's a monument or some sort of shrine at the head of the temple.
There is.
Okay, I'll make my way towards that. Unsheath the loose sword from in front, kneel down with it in front of me, and take my holy symbol and drape it over the hilt as is customary, and pray to Iomade.
You do that, you feel a warm glow around you, and as you're just finishing up your prayers, you hear, "Oh, hello, son," from behind you.
As I exit the reverie, yes, I turn around, take a look.
When he stands up, oh, I thought you were a choir boy.
Wash up to me, boy. Really wash up.
Does Magpie have to stay for this, or
Might not.
can Magpie?
I swear I saw it down here earlier when we were sitting.
So you are you are standing up and you turn around and you see this
Who was upstairs?
not old but more
On the table before.
middle-aged, rather
Oh.
slight-built man with a bit of a friar tuck type thing going on in his hair. Oh, it's good.
I'll do it when we get upstairs.
It's good to see a crusader. Haven't got to see some lately. They've been busy with other things.
Well, thank you, Father. Not a crusader as of yet. However, I have finished my training and I'm off to make good on Iomede's promise to ensure that law, justice, and bravery is upheld.
Oh, this is so sappy.
You know what? It would be super depressing if Sandpoint was just supposed to be a stopover on his way to the World Wound.
Nah. I don't know. I'm not sure if that happens at the same time. I know the World Wound exists.
The World Wound's been going on for like a couple hundred years, where paladins have basically just throwing themselves at this giant gap in the earth that spews out demons.
Maybe that's where he wants to go next. Maybe he's not strong enough.
Just gotta kill some Runelords first.
Gain some experience and something called magic items or something.
Yeah, you gotta stab some. He's gotta kill some Runelords before he stabs some pit fiends.
That would be advisable, considering
That
the
level
strength of the
15
pit
smite
fiend.
evil, man.
All right. So the priest says, "Would you like to join us for evening mass? The night mass will begin soon."
That would be absolutely wonderful, yes. It has been a while since I have been able to attend a proper mass.
Well, take your seat. The congregation is starting to filter in.
I do so.
And and you guys in the back probably have been hanging back there. Sun's starting to set, and as it is, let me see, northeast, southwest. This is the west, isn't it? So the sun sets on the seaside.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get it right because I got it wrong in the previous game, and they were like, "No, it doesn't go that way. No." And I'm like, "GM powers, it's set in the east this time."
It's like, simmer down.
It spins the
Magic.
other direction.
But okay, so it's setting in the west, and apparently the sun this particular temple has been situated where when the sun starts to sink just a little bit, the sword, the bright part of the sword is hit by the sun and it gets a little bit of a glow. So when that happens, the service is going on, and apparently Magpie and the others have been kind of waiting on you to make sure you didn't get into trouble on yourself, because they hear a Iomedean hymn start up, and you hear this beautiful choir music start to sing. Won't back down, no, we won't back down.
What is all this pathetic caterwauling?
At the gate of hell, but we won't back down.
It's been years since I've been to night mass.
Well, Bob said well.
Stand our ground.
I'm not gonna lie, if Christmas night mass was like this at the churches around my house, I would go to night mass.
So
You'll be
there's
coming
that
round the
traditional.
mountain, medieval.
No, that's more of a specifically paladin one. You know, this is more for congregational singing.
Till we coming round, when she comes.
We'll be smiting all the evil when she comes. We'll be smiting all the evil. We'll be smiting all the evil. We'll be smiting all the evil when she comes. All right.
Joel, you okay, bud?
So-
Are you?
Shien is
Yeah.
Shien is pouting. This is pathetic.
He was hoping I wouldn't go bard, and yet here's the singing.
No. I don't mind the singing. Just bards
He
are
just
dumb.
hates bards.
Just bards are dumb.
Every session eventually breaks out into some form of beatbox / singing. So
There we
Yeah.
go.
Usually I'm one of the biggest proponents of it too.
yeah, because you know all those weird little folk songs that no one else knows the words to.
That's right.
No, let's be clear here. He doesn't know folk songs. He knows songs from Bard's Tale. They're about drinking and stuff. It's different.
Also true, but he also
Different.
knows like American folk songs that I've never heard before.
Irish folk songs, American folk songs.
Yes, but does he have
Folky folk songs.
our folk songs?
Canadian folk songs?
Oh, it's
Ah.
Canadian folk songs.
Well, we've only
Well, it's
got
important
like
light for it.
3.
Well, I'm proud to be a Canadian, for at least the moose are free.
And the maple syrup literally comes from our trees.
Pouring out the trees, and I'll gladly get drunk next to
On
you.
Screech and whiskey.
The problem is that Screech is terrible.
That's a Canadian folk song, right? By the
Yeah,
way, I did do the
yeah,
disclaimer
that's-
that if you're easily offended, piss off, right? I did that.
Yeah, the problem is that Screech is in fact terrible.
No, it's not. It's
It
delicious.
is. It is terrible. It's awful.
Not when you're raised on the stuff.
It is the 4th worst rum I've ever drank.
It's not the
Think the
first
only-
worst rum.
Not the first worst, not the second or the third, but the 4th. It's the 4th worst rum I've ever drank.
I had Canadian Hunter. I don't know if that's even Canadian.
Never heard of it.
I feel like if it has Canadian in the name, you're probably like it's a safe bet.
It's called Canadian Sipping Whiskey.
It's probably Canadian.
Do
It's-
Canadians
it's-
even
it's-
sip whiskey?
It's
Yeah.
vague. That's just some whiskey.
Hey,
is
we
sipping
had
with.
the world's best scotch last year.
That's what they do in
It
between
wasn't
shots.
Scotch, it was Crown.
It was Crown Northern Rye, small batch.
I am still upset that Northern Harvest won an award.
It did well.
As someone
Alright.
who works in the liquor industry, I'm still upset that Northern Harvest won an award.
Okay.
I'm upset that Crown made something that was good.
But you can get the little baggies, for your dice.
Well, they all have Oilers symbols on them, though.
That's why it got such a good rating, is because all the people voting on it were gamers.
Yeah.
Everybody was jangling their dice bags in victory. Yeah, like that. Okay. Night Mass is over.
It's about time they quit their wailing.
And I'm going to. I'm thinking if there's going to be like an alms box or an alms plate for them.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna.
They usually
I'm gonna leave a gold in the alms box.
he gives a copper to the beggar, but he gives a gold to the church. That's how it
Hey,
works when you're a
priorities, man.
paladin.
It's because they'll break it up and distribute it. The alms box gets opened and given to the poor on Alms Day.
Priority.
Excuses. Okay.
Gotta get in with good. Can we get in good with the god? Come on.
Hey man, if you give a platinum piece to the beggar, he's just gonna get like murdered and robbed for that platinum piece.
By the murder hobos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
by
would
the
be me
murder
at this
hobo.
point.
Stronger NPC class murder hobo is gonna knock that kid over and take his shit.
You should have been stronger to defend your possessions. It is mine now.
And he's
And some lawful good protagonist is gonna have to come along and beat the snot out of that guy.
All right.
Is that what this is? Greg the lawful good protagonist?
What? Greg's the
He's
main
the-
character?
He's the paladin in an AP. Of course he's the main character.
Hey.
What am I,
It could be a
chopped
half
liver?
elf.
Yes,
Warrior
all of us
Ranger.
are chopped liver
Not
next to
yet.
the paladin. Greg, you better play this up. You gotta play this up super hard.
No pressure.
No
All right.
pressure. No pressure, but all the pressure.
Pressure.
Like all the pressure you could possibly imagine.
If you do this and make me change my alignment,
Like, you know how you have a final tomorrow?
Yeah.
This is way more important.
if you do a really good job of this and make me change my alignment, I'll play a bard next.
I will straight up PayPal you money if you play a bard next. Like $10.
But then I'd have to kill him. Give you
No,
$10
you wouldn't
to play a
Commit
bard.
suicide right off the bat. I'm one of those tragic poets.
Before the death of his honor.
I'm only gonna put money on the line if he survives at least the first half of the campaign.
You can't intentionally kill yourself as the bard.
Damn it.
Can't be one of those bards
All
that
right.
come as a
Well, you're
hero
standing-
carry.
You guys are standing outside the temple. It's dark now. By the time mass was over, I mean them church services, man, they just go on and on. Preacher was like, "Whoa. And then Iomade," type thing. Not the
Shien
best
was
service
watching
that you've
that
been to,
kid
Greg.
get mugged for his copper.
Well, it's December. I could see it. I could see those services being close to a recounting of Iomede's rise to power, her service as a servitor before becoming an actual deity.
Possibly.
I remember. I watched your series on deities, Adam. I'm a loyal player.
See?
I'm a kiss ass.
See, all brownie points. Yeah, I was about to say brownie points.
That's gotta be
Hey, I'm
worse
not
than
awarding
XP, right?
hero points for kissing up.
Well, that's a shame. Why the fuck did I do it then?
All right. You're standing outside.
Magpie knows not the way of the gods.
Magpie knows many things. Jesus is not one of them.
That would be quite meta for him to know that.
Roll the d20 on a natural 20, you're cursed.
Nope, no curse.
Okay. No meta knowledge of Jesus. Okay.
Just find a spot to. Well, but what time is it? You say like 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm. It is starting to get late. Even this, every district in Magnimar is a bit shady, so to speak,
No, I guess.
at this time of
Shien
night.
was the wagon because, he was when bird born put into the wagon.
Well, you guys were staying somewhere, I assumed, in Magnimar. So
Are we gonna have to pay for lodgings before we pay for travel? Before we get to... This is nonsense.
I'm not going to be. I'm not going
It's
to
the
be
GM's job to
that
make sure
harsh.
you're poor.
I reject this session 0, sir.
You
Your
reject this
method of-
session 0 with your 200 gold and 3 silver.
271 gold and 7 silver, thanks to the now completely broke monk. Who still owes me 3 silver pieces.
You see that flag in the background?
Yeah, I see it as a symbol of your national debt.
Okay. No, I was going to rule that you guys had paid for. You guys were still looking for for travel, or at least were looking for travel at this time. So you had paid for at least one more day or one more night in whatever lodging you had found up to this point. So
Look at the DM taking pity on the broke ass monk.
Yep.
yeah. I don't want to kill you in session 0.
At least you don't have to sleep on the street.
I wasn't. I was going to sleep wagon. He promised room and board. He didn't specify when.
Yeah, well, Magpie's chaotic good. He probably wouldn't let you sleep on the street.
He's chaotic good. He takes your money and then is like, come on, man, I'll treat you with your money.
All right. Yeah, I guess back to lodgings then.
Okay. I will let you guys decide if you had ended up staying at the same inn or if it not.
Coincidentally, we might have done that.
Certainly.
Totally coincidental.
Oh, yes.
Not story railroading at all.
Yeah, we all just reconnoitered the same very prestigious establishment within Magnimar's city limits.
What are you all doing here?
Sleeping. Rooming. Boarding.
Magpie is sitting up in the rafters with his beak tucked under his wing.
I don't think you understand exactly how my species sleeps. It is, in fact, parallel to the ground on some form of bed.
Is this bed made out of sticks and mud?
Not mud. It's more of a, traditionally speaking, it's more of a wicker and straw construction. However, I don't appreciate your presumption.
No. However, Magpie does not appreciate your presumption.
However, Magpie does not appreciate your presumption, Gideon.
Magpie thinks this bed is too fluffy. Not enough sticks.
Not enough sticks, no. Magpie's bed does not cradle Magpie's body appropriately.
There should be more dabbing involved.
Magpie feels there should be more light foliage.
And shiny things.
And shiny things, yes. So far, Magpie has a shiny stone, a silver disc, and a shiny pebble. Now Magpie has an uncomfortable, only partially stick bed.
All right. So you guys are back at whichever inn you decided to all conveniently have been at. And I would just like to say, YouTube, it is not GM railroading if the players do it to themselves.
No, I like it. Magpie enjoys.
There you go.
Magpie enjoys his stay at
Magpie is not supposed to be breaking the fourth wall.
Magpie! What fourth wall is Magpie breaking?
Deadpool.
It's a fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls.
All right. So there's no. Let me see. Actually, we will see if anything crazy happens tonight.
We shall call this in the obsequious nightingale.
Really? Is that why you picked it? Because it's freaking bird themed?
Well, fine. It's called the obsequious prostitute then.
But the paladin.
Word obsequious now to make sure that that's appropriate. Obsequious, obedient
So
or attentive to an excessive or servile degree. Perfect.
No, my dear.
Want to
When we're
call
on our
it-
knees, we pray to the gods.
Prostitutes. The obsequious prostitute.
I don't remember this many women being here this morning.
Well, you don't remember.
So apparently this was the only. Apparently this was the only lodging available for the paladin.
Great, we got lodging in a brothel.
And I'm going to be
Yes.
sermoning to them all. Sermoning, not anything.
A room that cost him extra to stay in
Yes.
without the bedfellow.
They offered
Yes.
the paladin an extra nice room for a little more gold. Knock, knock, knock.
Hey, I'm
What are
saying
you doing here?
you didn't take a vow of celibacy, Gideon.
No.
So you're preaching to them, and a couple come up to you and say, "Could we get a private lesson?"
Can we see your private mass?
They want to see his private mast.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Magpie
yes.
thinks perhaps ladies are of the faith. Gideon should
Scotty doesn't know.
acquiesce to the ladies' appetites.
She tells him she's in church, but she doesn't go.
But she's on her knees. Scotty doesn't know.
Oh, Scotty doesn't know.
Well, I was thinking, unless anybody takes them up on it, the ladies will disperse for the night.
Shien sits uncomfortably close to the fire for anybody else.
I'm already giving my private sermon, so you know.
I know. None of these women can lay eggs. I don't.
Yes, the ladies are making sure that that private sermon gets very personal and deep down in the heart of the matter.
I'm sure
I don't
it's a
suppose the
thought-provoking
mage took the
sermon.
ladies up. Oh, yes.
No, he busily goes up to his room and begins preparing another scroll.
Yeah, no. Deckar's not interested in women. Women cost money. Women are the opposite of making money.
Depends which women, but these seem expensive.
He only messes with the cheap ones. You know, he saves money. Waits till he absolutely has to, or something like that.
And then goes to the apothecary.
I was gonna say he saves money on the process, but has to spend money on the remedy.
I don't understand how this keeps happening to me.
The ladies do ask around a little bit if you have any of Ignatius's little blue pill
No, it doesn't. They don't have any. It's very expensive.
No. Yeah. They had heard tell from an alchemist that had come through at one point.
Sometimes when he comes through, he'll just distribute, free packets of the stuff. Get you hooked.
First one's always free.
Yeah, the first taste is always free, but otherwise,
First one's always free. Greg, if you don't know, Kane's character in the other game was an alchemist, and his major project throughout the thing was designing his little special blue pill.
That was not my major project. That was the side.
That was the only thing your character did of note.
That was I'm not. No, Viagra was not the only thing my character.
It was not Viagra. It was by Salus.
Well, it's a very important heart medication.
It is.
Yes.
It dilates all the blood vessels. It encourages a lot of blood flow around the body, especially if you're elderly. You need that blood flow to make sure that nutrients are getting around to the body and fed to the muscles, and you need it. Also, boners. You need boners. You gotta have them.
They're good for your health. You need to get some. You need to get a few.
Like dilation in the vessels and boners.
Well, prostate health is very important.
Yes.
Especially for boner.
And now you know.
All right. Okay, then. So we've spent almost the entire session in town. You guys are headed up to bed now, I suppose.
Yep.
One of you is already up in your bedroom with a couple ladies.
I don't know, one of us
Take
maybe.
me to church.
Take me to church. I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your life. We're gonna get copyright cleaned.
Nope. Only if we sing 10 seconds of it.
We hear.
I thought it was 7.
We hear from his bedroom door. Amen. Amen.
Has the most righteous of orgasms.
It's a holy experience.
It was transcendent.
Get me closer to God. We have to pull in some 9 Inch Nails now.
Yeah, I mean, what is it with chicks and bass players, right?
We have good fingers.
It depends. Do you play-
Sturdy.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the problem. I play drums. It's all on the wrist.
So you are good at other things.
Yeah.
I just do vocals. It's how you work your tongue.
I do both. Roll those R's. Roll up.
Well, the problem is,
I'm sure all the ladies are appreciating that.
Well, the one lady for me that matters isn't going to watch this shit. So.
yeah, I know. Barbie, along with most other people, probably don't have the patience for this nonsense.
All right. So we make it.
This isn't even good for working in the background. You can't just put this on and start painting miniatures and be like, "Oh yeah, this is cool."
Oh, maybe I could see it in the background for miniatures. Side note: my nickname in high school was Barbie. Speaking of your wife.
That was a weird transition.
It was a weird transition, but it's bringing up. I thought of your. You were talking about your wife, and I thought of her name, and I was like, "Oh right, that was my nickname in high school."
So for some reason, Kane thinks about his high school days when he hears your wife's name. I don't know what that is.
It's probably because my nickname in high school was Barbie.
It was because he was a Barbie girl. In a Barbie world.
In a
I'm
Barbie
sure
world.
there's a story, Buzz.
It's fantastic and made of plastic.
And I'm not sure if I want to know it.
No adequate explanation was given to me as to why my nickname was Barbie. They just started calling me it one day.
Maybe you're just so beautiful, man. You were just man beauty. Man
I
beauty all
guess.
over the place.
You,
Maybe that's the
Glory.
path.
you
I
had that
choose,
figure.
I believe. No,
Canadian man
it
beauty.
was the opposite of that figure. You've seen me
It was-
from like the man tit up. You know very well that's not my figure.
Maybe it's the man tits.
Ooh. Maybe the Canadian ladies like the man tits. You never know.
We know they like lumberjacks.
Mm-hmm. What do they call that now? Lumber sexy or something?
Lumber sexy.
Lumbersexual.
Lumber sexual?
Bisexual.
Yeah.
Ah!
Bisexual? Oh.
What the fuck? This session's officially bust.
No,
It says
this is-
here we can do
no,
whatever
this
the
is one of the,
heck
this
we
is one
want.
of the good ones. Any
We're
session-
already degenerating into like the sessions that I hate, where everybody's just having sex and doing stupid shit.
Hey, not everybody is. You guys aren't telling me anything else your characters are doing.
None
You're
of
just
that
with the
happening.
paladins.
Shien
None of
goes
that
to
happened.
bed.
Goes to bed. Okay.
We're pretty sure that just Gideon is getting some weird like sermony prostitute service.
You occasionally hear, preach to me, preach to me.
That's it. That's all that we have going. Everybody else is just going to bed.
Well, y'all do get to sleep in until 10 in the morning.
Deckar
Well-
isn't interested in anything that costs that much. And
And
Magpie they don't have feathers. I'm not into that. They can't lay eggs. It's not my thing, okay? It's just, we're going to pass over it. It's a species barrier. Don't make it weird.
Shien's
he
up
likes
early
big
and,
feathers and he cannot lie.
I like big plumage and I cannot lie. Your other brothers can't deny.
Want to go walk in?
Shien's up early and out
Anybody
in the
wants to
garden,
do feathers in your face?
meditating.
Whoa, that was a lot. Okay. So, day comes. You hear from Magpie's room for some reason.
They're screwing the chicken. His camera just went. And he's muted.
Did him disappear?
Intentionally, maybe?
I don't know.
Shien's up early in the garden meditating.
Okie dokie. I take it that all of the preparations for the day have been made, and you guys are getting onto the
The cart.
cart. Well, getting on to the carriage area. Mhm.
Yeah.
So, you guys are able to get around, no problems arise in that sense, and you make it to the carriage area. And let me see, you're gonna ride in. Let's see, get up early. How early do you want to head over? You're not supposed to leave until 10, so.
I'll make my way over just after, I guess, 8 o'clock-ish in the morning.
Okay, the ladies don't want you to leave so early, but okay.
Oh, they can use the room. They're probably exhausted, so.
We're not going to roll for that.
So you actually, they thought they were going to get laid, and you instead preached to them all night. So yeah, they're probably exhausted.
Okay.
He's not the smartest gentleman in the room, so he, you know.
Yeah, that just means that he could be easily told how it is. So, you guys head over. If you head over that early, you, aside from the Tengu who gets to wait in the thing, and he sits up in there, and the get those sticks out of there. He keeps sweeping stuff out of there. The Tengu occasionally sneaks them back in, hides them over in his corner of the cart. And these are actual carriages, so it's not going to be too crazy. There's going to be a cart for bedding and things like that coming behind, but you will have plenty of cushiness to ride in if you so choose.
Or
Magpie
sticks.
chooses.
Lots of sticks.
Cushiness is always nice.
Indeed.
Sorry, I got called away by my grandfather momentarily. What did I miss?
Well, you missed that you guys went to the carriage place, and Magpie's been trying to sneak in sticks to set up his area in the carriage.
Hmm?
Sticks and twigs and stuff. But the carriage master keeps shooing him out with the broom and then sweeping the sticks out. So keeps messing up your nest, Joe.
How am I gonna make my nest? You got things to do, man, and stuff.
All right. So it's actually not until about 10:30 before that the last couple gets there, and it's that same couple that you saw come in before, the one that was asking so many questions of the carriage keeper and sounding very important about themselves and stuff like that. And
The half elves.
they
Shien glares at them. You're late.
Oh, I'm sorry. We had such a delay. It was such trouble, Do pardon us. It's not really our fault. We had to deal with a few things you wouldn't understand. You don't have the looks you up and down means to understand. And he toddles towards his carriage. Wife just looks at you as she passes.
Well, I guess we can take off then.
Well, I guess so. Let me get my... there it is. And turns the key in the lock. All right. Gives it to a stable boy. Says, don't be opening it for nobody. All right. I won't open it for no one. Not a single person. That's my wife. Pats him roughly on the head. All right. Stretches his back and gets up into the driving seat. Let's move on. Starts heading out. All right. Are you guys going to ride in the same carriage or in a separate carriage or in the supply area?
I want to ride in the least populated area.
Well, he tries to fill up all his seats. So there's he has 3 main carriages that go in the wet with them, and then the supply wagon comes behind.
If that means that I form a rough nest out of hay in a storage carriage, that's fine.
Well, that would be the least populated one.
Yes. Just like a
It's-
mound
you
of
hear him
hay
call
in
back.
a rough nest-like shape.
You hear him call back, I better not find no eggs back there.
I'm not... Magpie is not female. Magpie does not understand where Carriage Master believes eggs will come from.
I don't know what your gender is. All you
Male.
didn't do is the same.
That's very prejudiced.
That's very true. Have you looked in the mirror?
Clearly, Magpie's plumage is that of male.
There's the German.
There's no, that's Russian.
That was more Russian than
Whatever.
That was very Slavic.
In Soviet
Whatever.
Russia, Eagle is you.
Very clearly.
Well,
I don't know. All you,
Maze's
All
only
you
preference is
Russian
to
subs
try and get in the same wagon as Gideon is.
Yeah,
I
'cause
was probably
Gideon's
gonna-
got armor, yo.
And a conscience.
Yo.
I was going to go for probably the first carriage just to be able to be at the forefront.
Okay.
Should
there's
anything go
two
down.
other people already in the front carriage. So you two can ride in the front
Shit.
carriage.
Shien roughly pushes in next to the mage, next to Mazus. Move over.
So, okay, so there's now two people have to. You guys took the front one, which means that means the two people that
Wait,
were
how many
already
seats
there.
are there?
It fits 4 people each carriage.
Oh, damn it.
Magpie thinks newcomers are very eager to be in the wrong part of caravan.
If Gideon and Mazus are already there and the other two are there, Shien doesn't do that then.
Okay,
I was doing it to be funny, but I didn't realize it was only a 4-seater.
it is a 4-seater.
Dodge that bullet.
So there's a seat. There's a seat with the 2 half elves in the middle carriage, or a seat in the lastmost with people you haven't seen before.
No, I feel like the lastmost is in like a cargo wagon with Magpie.
No. You can go with Magpie if you want to, but you still owe him 3 silver, so it might cause some tension.
Yeah, it's true. Shane still owe Magpie money,
Where's my shiny? Where's my shiny?
but Magpie is very benevolent.
Magpie is
Shien
benevolent.
Shien predicts this pestering from Magpie, so he sits in the middle one.
Okay. In the middle one, you are seated next to those half elves that were late. And you get whoosh, and the carts start moving.
You smell. He comments on their flowery, powdery smell.
And they just look at you and go, starting to whisper to each other about.
You smell.
Actually, Shien is very cleanly and doesn't wear perfume or powders.
I smell like me. It's the only way to smell. All right, so we'll work down the carriages. So the one closest to the front would be the Paladin and the Mage. They are seated, and they're the ones that can kind of open a little window and communicate up front to the driver, which in this case is the owner.
Mhm.
So you can do that, or you can communicate with a couple people in the other one.
Yeah, might as well communicate with the ones who are traveling with. Good morning. So what brings you to Sandpoint and the Shallowtail Festival?
You speak, and you are speaking to some well-dressed humans. The woman seems to be carrying a little baby, and she says, "Oh, we are, what did you call it, darling?" And he says, "Oh, we're billionaires," he says.
What?
I think that's what they call it, yeah? Billion, million, I don't know the number, but we got lots of money.
Like Trump. I mean,
Magpie perks
I
up
couldn't
from like
help that
7 wagons down.
Oh, sorry, what's your name? He says, sticking out his hand. And you're getting the impression that they haven't had money a long time, that it's something that's new to them. So,
Well, very good morning to you. My name is Gideon. I am a paladin of Iomade, and this is actually a recent companion of mine, Mazus Deckar.
Yes, pleasure.
oh, hello. He shakes both your hands vigorously, and Tula reaches out and shakes them too. Say, our names are Todd and Tula Tesselbeck, and this is our little baby Ted.
What? No. Back up. Todd and Tula Tesselback at this point are famous alchemists.
Indeed, they are.
Is that how he made his fortune?
That's how he made his fortune.
Ah! Okay, go
What
on.
did I just miss?
I sense backstory.
They're the Tittles. We just met the Tittles.
The tits.
My apprentice.
Todd and Tula Tesselbeck are riding in the front with their little baby, who is now about a year and a half old. Little baby Ted.
My apprentice from the previous campaign. They're famous alchemists now.
Oh my god.
That's my most favorite thing ever.
Certainly nice to meet you.
If anything bad happens to them, Autumn, I'm going to fly down to Arkansas. You have been warned.
Hey, I'm not the one that has to protect them. Well, you going to Sandpoint for? We're going for the festival. We've heard it's great.
Oh, lovely. I was actually originally born in Sandpoint. If I may be so bold, have you found lodgings for the festival as of yet?
Oh, not yet. We haven't even got there, have we, Tula? Nope, never been there.
Well, if I may, I would certainly suggest staying at the Rusty Dragon if you're looking for a bit of a fun time. Otherwise, I'm sure there's lots of different lodgings available that you can partake of. Are you looking to set up shop when you get there, or just for the festival itself?
Oh, no, we're not doing anything fun. We're just here on a visit. We met this, what was his name? He didn't give us his name, did he? No, darling, he didn't. But he was very nice, and he told us that he would pay for our trip to go to Sandpoint and visit, the Swallowtail Festival.
Procurer. His name was the Procurer.
Oh, that's absolutely lovely. Well, I'm sure that you'll enjoy it. I take it this is the first time you've gone. Where are you originally from?
Oh, it's not from here. Where did he say? We're kind of from a place called the Outcast Colony, but we're not there anymore. Oh, no, dear, we're not there anymore. We don't live there. We live in Port Marla.
Very nice, very nice. Well, hopefully the trip will not be a fretful one. However, if so, myself and I believe Mazus here will be more than helpful to make sure that you're safe.
Oh, yes, surely.
Little baby Ted has kind of been wandering around in the floor of the carriage, and he has kind of been peeking into your bag, Mazus. Oh, now, Ted, don't be messing with the man's things.
Keeps an eye on him. So, what trade are you in?
Oh, we're alchemists. We are running the store for the gentleman we work for. His name is Ignatius.
Never heard of. I am sort of in the same business, to be honest.
Oh, really? You're an alchemist too?
Not quite. I'm currently more of a scribe, but still magically infused consumables, as you would say.
Oh, right. Consumables. Right. Yeah, that's what we do. That's the what we do. But that's not all we do. What you do for fun, eh?
For fun?
Yeah. Don't you get any good times to spend it on? Our boss gives us lots of time off, eh?
He doesn't know how to run
Like a very generous person. I am my own employer, so I do not take many breaks, but anytime I'm off, I try and enjoy it, of course. The festival will definitely be a good opportunity to both bolster my my capital as well as my my fun.
There you go. That's a spirit, right? Sounds good to us. We'll make sure we make that when we're around and jotting about, we look you all up then, because it would be wonderful to have friends in Sandpoint.
Of course, absolutely.
Especially rich friends.
So you said you were from Sandpoint, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, tell us about it, laddie.
I'm going to guess there's not much to necessarily tell other than the fact, because again, I haven't looked at the module other than the brief bits of information you guys have been able to provide. But
okay. Well, you do know that Sandpoint was one of the first places in this area, in all of Varissia, to have a glassworks, and it's the glassworks family, the Bonjikus, I think it is. I'd have to look at their name again to pronounce it correctly. It was them that bought the rusty dragon from your family.
It would actually have been the advent of the glassworks place, the glassworks in the area itself. I just really remember as a boy, I was sent off actually to train as a warrior of Iomade at a fairly young age. Coming back to it's been a bit different actually. It'd be interesting to see it from adult eyes. As I say, I do know that the Rusty Dragon Inn is probably one of my favorite places in the town, mainly because it's where I played as a child. The festival's good fun. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it.
That sounds wonderful, yeah? What do you think, dear? You think we should stay at his family's old inn? I think so, love. Sounds like a good spot to sit in, eh? So they continue talking with you guys. They continue trying to pump the information from the Paladin to kind of get an idea of what to expect and what all they're doing and what all will be going on with the event. What? Oh, I see that now. And the tavern owner, if you count the daughter. Yes, technically it was the daughter that bought it from you, from your family. But they do kind of say, oh, so this is going to be like a homecoming for you, huh?
Yeah, that's certainly what I hope for. It's been a while since I've been back home, and it's going to be certainly different.
Well, I'd expect so if you was just a boy when you left. I don't think I could be apart from little Ted. Little rapscallion.
I'm certain not.
He's about head first in your bag right now.
Sad moments for the Paladin. Here.
That's all right. He knows we're all.
We can't be apart from my little boy.
Oh,
Inside
looky
the
here,
club.
looky here,
Inside the
looky here.
Oh.
And he tries to draw the attention of the kid. And he
What?
and he kind of mage hands some itemry to kind of swirl around.
His eyes get big.
Oh.
Gideon's Batman.
So you guys have successfully endeared yourselves to the Tesselbecks, as well as Kane getting his little hit from the past campaign.
Yeah, no, I need my tittles.
Gets practically titillated. All right. So, moving on to the second caravan, second buggy. Probably not as much talking going on in that one.
Shien's just glaring at them, doing his utmost to make them uncomfortable.
Sure. They're kind of listening to each other. Is there something you... Let me see. What was theirs? Is there something you want? Says the man. The lady keeping a fan in front of her face.
You have nothing I need.
Oh, well, that's good. Then perhaps you could look somewhere else. You know, there's much scenery to look outside at, he says, feigning interest in something out there.
I'll tell you
His
right
wife
now,
doing the
Joel,
same out the other window.
They're higher level than you are.
Higher level peasants, maybe, or aristocrats.
John's got bombs.
Who?
If they're engaged as apprentices, at least one of them's got bombs.
No. He's talking.
No,
he's
I'm in the
other
second
carriage.
wagon.
Ah,
I'm with the stuck
He's
up
not
elves.
glowering at the Tesselbecks. He would probably like the Tesselbecks. They're not exactly refined.
this is true.
Sure. And he continues to glare at them.
Okay. Well, we know what they're doing when they stop next time. They're moving carriage. But we will come back to the we'll come back to the end. So we skip the third one, come back to where Magpie is sitting, and he gets a good view of what's going behind them. He sees the occasional glitter as they're leaving Magnimar. Excuse me. As they're leaving Magnimar of different little glints from the glass. Keeps his shiny focus occupied for a bit.
Yeah, well, there's three of them. I got three of them right now.
He's grabbing low-hanging branches as they pass by.
Oh, there's nothing shiny about low-hanging branches.
No, but they make excellent padding for the nest.
I can't exact shininess from Molly and fucking holly branches. Though this is true, they do make excellent padding. They are very
The driver of your cart is just kind of whistling a tune. So it's you can guess his race. He's
Jesus Christ. am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Digging a hole.
Digging a hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Digging a hole.
So apparently Magpie starts to mimic the dwarf who's singing up front or whistling.
That's my thing apparently. Is mimicking people.
You ever seen that, Greg?
The digging a hole song? No, I've not seen that.
Someone share that for him.
Yes, we'll get to it eventually. We have many hours yet. We got another 15 minutes of this session before it's 4 in the morning for Alex, and he needs to go to bed.
You're just saying that because you want to go out and drink.
Albeit the fact that is true. Alex needs to go to bed because it's 4 o'clock in the morning in Sweden, and I need to go to the pub.
Because it's not 4 o'clock in
because
Canada.
It's not 4 o'clock because it's 7 o'clock, and that's an acceptable time to go to the pub.
I thought any time was an acceptable time to go to the pub.
Well, the memories I got you, yes.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It is 5 o'clock somewhere. I heard that. It's a song.
All right, I will be right back because my dog is losing his fucking mind.
Okay.
Not as good as Greg doing his Dr. Evil impression over there.
Oh,
We love him.
that comes over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if he's going to step away for just a minute, I will also, and I'll be right back. You guys can converse with yourselves on how to murder the Tesselbecks if you want. That's up to you.
You might be too half-elf shy. Just saying.
They said they were loaded, so
I gotta find a legitimate reason to mug them without, breaking the law.
breaking the law of
They're
mugging.
snooty.
Yeah.
They deserve a good thumping. Just as long as it's out of earshot from my character.
Oh, we're a wagon bag. That should be good enough.
Yeah, I would think so. And the wheels are going to be loud. And
It's just hard to determine who's going to have a more loud, girlish scream, him or his wife. Probably him.
well, I say start with him because that'll end up better.
So I don't know how it is in Ontario right now because you're the closest, I suppose, or Alex in Sweden. I don't know what the closest comparison is right now, but it went from about -4 degrees Celsius on Sunday to -30 degrees Celsius Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, geez. No, we have gotten as low as -7 or 8 right now with -12 as the wind chill.
Whoa.
But we haven't gotten anywhere close to that yet.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cold right now, and I've got as much as I would like to sit down here and leave the dog, I can't.
The dog will
If I
freeze.
do, he'll die.
Yeah. No, we actually just got our first snowfall that stayed on the ground. So
So did we. Only it's already melting.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already melting, though.
Well, I have to remember the states you're in. Because Joel's in
We're
Michigan.
the one that's shaped like a glove.
Yes, and Adam's in Arkansas. And Alex is in Sweden. And
We're the ones that are fisting Canada.
now Greg is in Ontario.
All right.
I don't know where the fuck Colin's from because I haven't bothered to ask.
Chicago, sort of.
Chicago?
Go.
From Chicago?
So Illinois. He's near me.
Dang Yankees.
He's about an hour and a half away.
I only got one other maple leaf to defend the border with.
That's all right. You're only
sure
you're only outnumbered by one when it comes to the Americans,
That's all right. all
and the
of our
Swedes.
military bases
Swedes
are
are
on the
neutral,
border.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you could convince
Yeah,
Alex to
we will
rally
hold
to your
onto your
cause.
gold for you.
All right, you can't overtake us. Where would you get all your uranium and your ore?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't care. And we can take over you because, Fallout annex Canada.
No, I do not
Yeah.
accept
Oh,
the annexing
Fallout.
of Canada and Fallout 3 is acceptable criteria.
That's not from Fallout. That's from all Fallouts.
Is it from all Fallouts?
Yes, that is the lore.
I thought that was like a lore that got added in 3. But either way,
No.
it's bullshit.
No, Canada has been
Bullshit.
annexed since like the beginning,
It's bullshit.
ostensibly to protect the oil line.
Ostensibly, oh no. Ostensibly, it was to protect no one.
Well, there was a big push by China in Fallout to
China,
destroy it.
China hit Alaska really hard, so
Yeah, but that's
The
not
US
Canada. That's America. That's an Alaskan pipeline.
yeah, but the U.S. Decided to help Canada defend against the communist China.
Oh, the air quotes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were helping you guys.
I still don't feel like the annexing would come without some military resistance. Albeit it is possible. It's entirely
You're just too polite. Well, we don't want to tell them no, eh?
Yeah,
Well,
but
I mean,
look at it this way: the U.S. had power armor, Canada did not.
Well, yeah, but we had nukes. You had nukes. but
We
also
have
They had a-
moose and geese.
Moose, yeah, we
They
had
hadn't
moose
escalated
and
to nuclear
nukes.
war then.
We didn't need power armor. We had natural defenses. We had Kodiaks.
They had irradiated wildlife. They just like get them.
And growler. We had growler bears.
Rollers. The majestic grizzly mating with the majestic polar bear.
Yeah, global warming. That's global warming for you right there. You think
Man, it's
Yelp
hot.
is
Always did
scary?
It's hot down here. I'm seeing things. Why is that brown polar bear? Well, she's looking good.
Looking good.
Ooh, shake that thing, mama. Move your money maker. No, move that honey pot. Move it.
Wait a second. You're not a polar bear. Well, it's too late now.
That's a mod I never want to see for Fallout. Repopulate the polar bears.
Okay. So, Magpie's busy building his nest in the back, which is looking respectable by Tengu standards. He's getting a lot of variety of branches. That's the important thing.
Getting all sorts of things in there. Some with foliage, some without. But a lot of it's like with foliage, or it's like old willow boughs. Soft stuff that he can wrap around. And he's going to go check on his dog so he doesn't freeze to death.
So that's the first day. You guys are starting to get dark, so they're wanting to set up camp soon. And they kind of pull off to the road and start getting everything set around. Moving things around, so on.
Yeah, I guess it would be just a matter of helping with that and then getting ready for, I guess, shifts at night for watch.
All right. So
He only paid for protection. He did not pay for night watch.
That's part of protection. Magpie says this is part of your being deliberately obtruse.
Why? Do you want me to protect you while you sleep?
Magpie needs no protection. Magpie is perfectly capable of protecting Magpie's self. Shien, however, should stay awake to make sure Shien is safe.
Well, all right, y'all. That's it. That's all done. Throws your tents to you. There's your board. Still be ready soon. Dwarf! All right here, he says, carrying out the cooking supplies towards the campfire. All right, let's get started. Toddles over.
Get my tent set up, I guess, or get the tent set up.
Okay. You guys busy yourselves with that? You see the Tesselbecks are having a little bit of trouble keeping Ted and the tent up at the same time, or getting it put up at the same time.
I guess I'll go over and keep watch on him while they do that. If once mine's up, I guess, or actually no, before mine's up, I'll go do that.
Okay, you set yours down, and you go over there to play with the baby while they're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you for that. Yeah. All right, love. You get that in with this. This good boy is helping us out. We like you, Gideon. Yeah. They continue to get theirs around, and with someone occupying Ted, they have no problem.
Okay.
Shien looks at the unfathomable mess that this particular tent is, tosses the canvas part on the ground, and just lays on top of it.
They're not the best tents. It seems that the only lavish part of his supplies are those that go to the customers.
Well,
Thus far, anyway.
Good thing Magpie has its own nest. Why don't you just set the tent up yourself?
It is an incomprehensible mess of a tent.
I feel like you would have more luck setting up the tent than just wrapping yourself in canvas and accepting the rain.
Well, to that point, it does not look like rain today, but
Today.
He's also, again, uncomfortably close to the fire.
Canvas catches fire. No,
Possibly.
once the Tettlebacks have theirs up, I'll do mine and get mine up and go from there.
okie dokie. The cook said, "Oh, back up over the fire. Back up a bit. I don't need you that close to me while I'm working."
Shien opens an eye and looks at him, and then closes it again, resumes laying where he is.
Oh, that's fine, boy. I'm the one that controls your food anyway.
He still doesn't pay him any mind.
Okay. Don't be blaming me if I step on you, he says, barely missing some feet and stuff like that. Keeps working around the dwarf. All right, their Tesselbecks are done. Mage has set up his, I suppose. Everybody's doing their thing. You still haven't seen the people in the third one. If there are any, you don't necessarily know that there were. I don't guess.
Right.
You know what? Once I get mine set up, I'm going to take a walk around the carriages just to make sure everything's sort of just in order.
Okie dokie. All right. So you do that. You perimeter around. You can give me a perception check to notice anything out of place or needing to be stirred up.
His best skill. I
This is
know
gonna
from
go
experience.
well. Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
17.
That's decent. Very decent.
I rolled well.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's an 18 minus 1. Holy shit.
Hey, even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
You've got eyes like sapphires, boy. Blue and shit at everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So you're able to find a few spots that can be shored up. There's a few trees near you that you were able to get them to move the carriages a little closer or farther away from to kind of give yourself a bit more of a shielding against the wind and stuff like that, and away from perceived danger. And let me see. Dinner is ready, so everything works out where things have gone smoothly. You are currently having a feast of, well, you're having a feast of mainly, sweet meat. Yeah, well, it's sweet meat gruel type stuff, while the others are having real sweet meats. The guests are having real sweet meats, which technically means that the Tengu gets real sweet meats.
Yeah.
And you notice that the
Bring it
dwarf,
to my boudoir.
the dwarf kind of looks over at the Tengu, looks at his bowl, gives him an extra scoop, and goes, "Ah, that's a good one," he says, handing you that extra scoop of sweetmeats. So, the Tesselbecks, you do finally get to see the people that are in the third part. There appears to be someone, aside from the Tesselbecks and the two half-elves that are currently talking with the, they're currently talking with the carriage owner. They are apparently not very satisfied with their ride thus far, having to share it with Shien. So they're either wanting him to move to the third car, or for them to move to the third car, and then the others that were in the third car to move to the second car. So
Understandable.
there's that.
Boarding with Shien. I mean, really.
So, regarding those that are in the third car, there appears to be a kind of sleepy old man, a big long white beard. He's leaning on his staff. He's wearing big baggy robes. Apparently, he strokes you see him stroke his arms and elbows pretty regularly, so it's likely that he's having some trouble with that. But then there are also his two attendants, which one is a halfling, young male halfling, or he looks young. Who knows with kinders, you know. But he's kind of entertaining the baby at the moment. And then there's a female with him who seems very simply dressed, and probably elven, but you're not sure. Not sure if it's half elf or elf, but probably one of the two. Well, that was a bit of a journey, says the dwarf sitting down.
Rather uneventful, but can't complain.
Ah, that's true, that's true.
Yes, I'm glad I'm in the right wagon.
We certainly looked at it that way.
I heard the middle one was not too great.
Maybe a little uncomfortable for some. Shien had no complaints about the ride.
Shien did get stepped on a couple times while the dinner was being cooked. But other than that,
He just perseveres through it.
it's the pain that makes me stronger.
Pain is weakness leaving your body.
All right.
You have a sensu bean?
What was that?
Here, have a sensu bean.
Yeah. Don't know that sensu beans work in this world. Those are kind of overpowered. I mean, healing potions are one thing, but sensu beans, you're back up to full strength and as if you've had a long rest and leveled up. I don't know about that.
Over 9,000?
Man, I'd take that over 9,000. I want that level up. Give me that sick level up, son.
So it's basically a heal spell plus a night's rest.
Plus
Also
so many
food.
Yeah,
speed.
plus a level up. You get to spend
Oh.
your XP to level up. So
Where's that XP?
At least-
boost for-
at least if you're a Saiyan, you do. Okay, Saiyans are OP and broken.
They are. But like, where's that? Like, they've got that Super Saiyan God, and they've got above the Super Saiyan God, depending on what season you're in. What happens if they just keep eating senzu beans?
they just let someone pound them into oblivion, eat a senzu bean, pound them into oblivion again, eat a senzu bean. I mean, eventually.
They've got to
So-
hit some sort of like universal cap, right? Like, they,
Not if Akira Toriyama gets to do the
Well-
writing.
You know the role of D&D. Any god is just a really powerful player character.
yeah, I know, but there is a universal cap in D&D. That's what levels are for.
Well,
Well,
there is a cap.
technically,
There is a cap in Dragon Ball too. There is the creator of the universe. It's,
You hit level 20, and then you hit divine ranks. And after you max out your divine ranks, you're done. There's nothing above that. There's no system in place for above divine rank.
There's no system in place, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist because there's no book for it.
well, I have a homebrew thing, but it's kind of
You have a homebrew thing, but your homebrew thing is bullshit.
hey, I had it set out to level 100. That's 5 character levels at 20.
Someday Shien's level will be over 9,000.
Well, if you're going by XP, you know, you can hit 9,000 pretty easy within the first 20 levels. Okay. So your characters have also been chatting around the fire as we have been chatting. The dwarf is kind of curious about he doesn't usually mingle with the patrons. So he's like, so how is how is the Tesselbecks? They looked kind of good people.
Yeah, I
For
think
humans.
they're good people. Magpie thinks they're good people. They're good, definitely good people.
I want to ask you. You don't know them.
That's a knowledge roll 12.
Magpie has feelings. Magpie has exterior feelings about the Tesselback.
Well, certainly, from appearances, the Tesselbacks are decent folk.
Oh,
Perhaps
what
a
about the long?
Perhaps a bit.
Eh. Well, it's nothing too bad, I don't guess. What about he kind of thumps Shien with his boot. Says, what about those Longleaf fellas?
Who cares?
Oh, right personable you are, says
Proper.
Gruffin. Well, I don't know much about the people in the third carriage, so none of you'll ride with them.
I'm sure they're decent people too.
I'm son.
Yeah, Shin's probably the only non-decent person.
Minus the snobbishness of the others.
Was that?
Minus the snobbishness of the middle cart.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Well, bad
Good.
attitude is a trait. Far too many have.
Yeah. Very true.
It's not a trait. I couldn't take it.
I'm sure it's there.
Trait. Asshole.
Well, I mean, really, that applies to all of Joel's characters.
Yep. No, come on now.
Real wasn't mean.
Real was
Real
a
was a
very
big
nice
snob.
character.
But he was a paladin.
He was, yeah, he was a nice character, but he was still sort of conniving.
He was
In like
lawful neutral.
a give me what I want for the greater good kind of way.
Huh? When did
All
I
right.
do that?
Like every session. Every
All right.
session.
So,
You're just mad because I knew how to use diplomacy.
Well, yeah, I can't be mad at you for knowing how to use diplomacy because Ignatius doesn't have diplomacy.
Now I'm playing a character that doesn't have diplomacy.
Yeah, no, I didn't have diplomacy. I had explosives
and mutagenic properties.
and mutagenic properties.
All right. So, there's a little bit of talk. Is there anything you'd like to explore before the night watches start?
Well, I've taken a look around the carriages just to sort of see what's around, right?
You did that, yeah, with your 17. And you prepped it up for what you think would be pretty good.
Mazus will take a look where whom's tents are located and place his at a more strategical place.
It's just like there. So I'm gonna sleep
is
next
in
to
the
the
fire.
paladin.
His
Where
is
the-
in the fire. I'm not
where
going to
does-
put mine there.
Where does the asshole sleep? Oh, there. Well,
All right, fair enough. There's only so much space in the caravan along where the lost coast is, so I feel like probably somewhere in the middle it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna shut that fucking dog up.
He much prefers the wagon where his nest is.
Yes.
Well, I didn't say he
He's
had
been trying to set up the tent in the back of the wagon the entire time.
And it's not working. And I just want canvas. I just want canvas up between me and the fucking nest. Just so long. My sticks in the canvas. Yeah,
Magpie sticks must go in the canvas. Magpie sticks must go in the canvas.
Magpie sticks must go behind the gold. The gold keeps Magpie warm.
He sleeps with his gold at night. Oh.
So, well, it's about time, I think.
Yes. It's about time. And first watch goes off without a hitch. Second watch, something happens. But what happens will have to be for next time.
Shien rolls into the fire.
And you take no damage. You're a fucking tiefling.
But the tent catches beautifully.
Yes, it does.
And so does Shien's clothes.
Oh no, he's naked. Big tiefling dick swinging, just flopping around. It's like a weird garden hose. No one knows what to do.
Weird gray garden.
Irony.
Fascinated. He thinks it's a giant earthworm. He's gonna try to catch it. It's a big deal. It's bad. It's not a good thing.
They say the early bird gets it.
The early bird gets the worm. This worm doesn't want to be caught. Oh no.
This worm does not swing that way.
Yeah, this worm might not swing that way, but he doesn't want to have it. He wants to eat it.
This worm doesn't swing that way.
Eat a gray worm. All right.
What?
I guess that's how this session ends, people.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask,
tune in next time for more sick debauchery.
When does
next session, I think.
Session? All right.
Two
I think it's the session after that.
Oh.
If Colin's in next session, we can actually start this nonsense.
And actually get there.
Yes, assuming we're all together this coming session, we will actually start in Sandpoint.
That sounds okay with me if he's here.
If he's here. If not,
and we just don't.
And there's kind of 3 hours of nonsense.
Well, something happened during the last watch, so it won't be fully nonsense. But that said, if that is the case, then there's just an unspoken agreement amongst everyone that we don't speak of the journey to Sandpoint.
This is true.
First rule in Fight Club.
Unfortunately, there's just enough delay between myself and Adam that when I leave the pause for someone else to speak and it's not answered, Adam picks up just as I start to speak again.
Well, we will try. I'm not sure what I could do to fix that, but...
Oh, no, and I'm not blaming you for it. That's the way the call works, is that like that 2.5-3 second delay I leave for someone else to pick it up is the time it takes for you to get what it is I'm saying.
Well, we'll see how that works when we add another person too. But let's sign off today. We hope you guys enjoyed watching us dink around and do just role-playing stuff
Nothing.
during our session. But we did get a cameo from a past person that you guys haven't seen before, which was Tom to the Tesselbeck and the little baby Ted. But that's for another time. For everyone else out there watching, bye-bye.